Welcome back to the ZeroW Podcast, where we talk about lifting, coaching, and more. You can learn more about Zero by going to www.zero.com.au. That's Zero with a W. We are also proudly sponsored by Establishment Coffee. Head to establishmentcoffee.com.au. Use the code 025 for 25% off and free shipping. If you're watching on YouTube, don't forget to like and subscribe. That's what all the cool kids say. And if you're on Spotify, hit that 5-star review. We love it. Enjoy the show now. Welcome back. ZeroW Podcast.
Number 2000 something. 2025.
25.
You know,
Number 2, is it?
Number
Like
3?
Number 3.
Is this number 3? Fuck, dude, this year's just...
Time flying by.
I love 2025.
Yeah. Whole Foods is messing up your brain.
Bro, it's making me think more clearly.
Are you still on it?
Yeah, I'm actually locked in. Tom, bro, I know I say this at least once a year, maybe 5 times a year. I've got a good feeling about this one.
Yes.
I think it's because I'm actually feeling good.
This time around is different.
I say that every time
No,
too.
I feel it. It's different this time.
You know what's funny though? Like your inconsistency actually has an element of consistency in it.
Yeah.
Like, because I reckon you're going hard on something more often than you're not. So like those periods where you're not doing anything probably don't outweigh the periods where you're like, I'm not smoking for 3 weeks. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you're right.
Which is why you're permanently like fit and healthy.
Yeah.
You know, I've thought about that as well. I'm like, is that why? Because I've gone so hard in shorter periods?
Yeah.
But I don't know, is that good or bad? I think it's bad. Because I deem it bad because I want to be consistent.
Yeah. It's bad in one sense, but it's good in the sense that the alternative is you just stay bad forever. You know?
I like it.
We watched a movie on the weekend called The Substance.
Oh.
Have you heard of that?
Yes, I have. And Meg said it was terrible.
Terrible. Don't recommend. But basically the general gist is, slight spoiler alert, but not really. You take this thing and then another, like a better looking version of you is born of it. And then you spend a week as the better version and then a week as the normal version.
But if you do any longer than a week, then you suck life out of the version that's waiting.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's a cool concept. It's a shame it's a shit movie.
It was great the first half.
Yeah. What makes it?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really good at the start and then just finishes real shit. But I was saying to Meg, that would be great because then the shit version of me, I just eat KFC like literally every day. And then I get a week of being like fit and healthy and superstar and then just go, you get the best of both worlds.
That'd be
That's
so
how you
good.
and I basically live our lives, but in longer periods of time.
It had 89% on Rotten Tomatoes. Like, I'm really scarred because it was so
89%.
yeah, and it was super disappointing.
It's
Such a shame.
you guys know I hate horror movies. And I mean, horror, thriller, it wasn't like a scary movie, even though it's horror genre. Anyway, I've let Meg show me a few horror movies lately, and it's just, they suck.
He didn't rate
Like-
Hereditary. I don't think he was built to watch horror movies.
Because it sucked.
Hereditary is a great movie.
Hereditary is one of my favorite
Yeah.
horrors of all time.
Yeah, but the thing is, like, it's the same as The Substance. They start off with like great acting and great story and get you captivated, and then they just suck.
I only disliked the last 5 minutes of Hereditary.
Yeah, when
I thought the rest was
Yeah,
fantastic.
that's when the movie's meant to be the best. You spend 2 hours leading to the climax.
How would you have finished it off?
I wouldn't have made it in the first place.
Why would you? But that's an unfair question too. How would you have directed it?
Yeah, I don't see any. Where are all your movies, Thomas?
I've never seen you on IMDb.
I'm interested to know what you would consider to be a good ending to that movie.
Just don't make the movie.
I think he likes those. This is the worst kind of movie ending when the ending is up to your own interpretation. That's the worst.
It is
kind of ending.
Oh, sorry for having creativity and
I
thoughts.
hate that. I can't stand it.
Why don't you go watch an action movie with James?
We watched Den of Thieves on the weekend.
The
I
second one.
didn't rate it.
I don't even. What's Den of Thieves? Is that a Denzel movie?
No, it's
the first one was 50 Cent,
Gerard Butler.
Gerard Butler, and Ice Cube's son. I never remember his name.
Oh, is Den of Thieves? That's the.
It's a heist movie.
Is there a scene where they're introducing kid that's going to date his daughter.
Yeah.
Yeah, Dean always says that's what he's going to do when his daughter gets a boyfriend for the first time. He's going to have all the big boys from the gym in a room and be like, come in here.
See, that was the first one. The first one was pretty good. The second one was terrible.
It's not going to work, though, because Khan will just try to sell the kid a membership. He signed up to the gym.
Nah, Khan can be scary when he wants to.
Oh, my goodness.
All right, let's get into it. What are we grateful for this week?
I'm grateful for the lifestyle we get to live on the Gold Coast.
Best city in Australia.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I've been having some. Every morning I go for a walk with Poots before we start work, and the weather's just been so nice.
Yeah, must have gone for a long walk this morning.
We did. Sorry.
Yeah, I hung out with some friends from Melbourne yesterday, and they were saying that they've been staying in Brisbane, and it feels so slow. I was like, oh my gosh, if you think Brisbane is slow, you must feel like you're wading through water here. They were like,
yeah.
Super slow.
I never know what any of that means, though.
Bro, my mates say it as well from Sydney. They're like, man, even the traffic lights are slow here. I'm like, what?
Yeah, they were complaining about that too.
Yeah, I'm like, what do you mean?
But like, you know, when people say, what do people say about cities? Like, there's so much to do. I'm like, what do you do? Like, I couldn't live there. There's nothing to do. But what do you actually do? The majority of people just sit at home watching Netflix.
One of my parents' friends from Mungandai, there's 600 people in Mungandai and there's nothing around for about 2 hours. When I told her I was from the Gold Coast, she's like, what do you even do there? And I said, everything that you do here plus a million more things.
See, that's different because it's like, does Mungandai have a cinema or a bowling alley?
They
like,
don't have a cinema?
No, they used to.
Even though we don't really use those things, we've got the option for it, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
What?
But yeah.
But like in cities, do you have to have money to go and do all these things that there is to do? Like,
Yeah,
I think there's heaps of stuff to do for free on the Gold Coast because it's such an outdoorsy place.
Yeah, I suppose in Mungandai you can line up a bunch of chickens and throw a rock at them or something.
There's a
Call it
river, we
bowling.
can go swimming.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm sure there's no leeches in there.
Tombo, what are you grateful for?
I'm going to go off the back of that. Like, I think it's pretty special. I forget sometimes. So, like, we had, his name's Stephen Taylor. He's been a long time Zero person, like pre-Zero Wales. He's been a client of Zero. So he's been a coaching client of Jordan's through Jordan becoming a Zero coach. And then he did the coach development course. Anyway, he was randomly on the Gold Coast a week or two ago. So Meg and I took him to the Natural Bridge. It was last weekend when it went torrential.
Yeah.
Like it was spitting on the way out there. Then we went for a walk and we got absolutely saturated.
Oh, wow. Really?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was horrible. But then, yeah, like they complain about the people in the UK complain about the weather nonstop. It's pretty, you forget how special it is to just like wake up and go for a walk every morning and not have to worry about the rain.
Yeah.
So,
Absolutely.
excuse me. And be able to get up at like 4 a.m. and even in winter, it's not that cold.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we're really lucky. Do you reckon that's why we're such Gold Coast is an early morning city?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Like this sounds like even coffee shops are open earlier here.
Mm-hmm.
The other cities definitely wake up later, stay up later.
When I was in Christchurch, coffee shops are open at like 7 a.m.
That's
Yeah,
wild.
well, I mean, it's like, and you go to other countries and it's even more full.
Yeah. Some places don't open until midday
Yeah,
because they're open so late.
Yeah, Singapore's like that. You go for a walk in Singapore and everything's closed until like, you don't see a soul until like 9 or 10 a.m. and then still nothing's open until like 11 or 12.
Yeah.
We went, when we were in Turkey, we went for a walk at like 7 or 8 a.m. and everything was shut.
It was like that in Spain, don't you think?
They start really late there though, in Spain. They have dinner at like 9 p.m. and whatnot.
Yeah.
Yeah. Not known for great quality barbers.
Spain.
Meg, what are you grateful for?
I'm grateful for my friends.
Nice,
Yes.
darling.
Had a good time catching up with some friends on the weekend, and we'll see some later this week. It's good
Nice.
people.
How good.
Love that.
Friends.
I am grateful for interesting.
Beatboxing.
Yeah. You know what I'm grateful for? I'm grateful for
Joel Turner.
Who's Joel Turner?
The beatboxer, the Australian beatboxer.
Yes.
Yeah, he put Woodridge on the map.
No. I'm actually I'm grateful for me and Bridget have got a little new nighttime routine, and it's made it's actually you feel a little bit better. We don't watch TV during the week at nighttime, Like, we put it on when we jump in bed, but we've been playing a board game every night.
Trivia.
Yeah, so it's, I'm grateful for that. Like,
Yeah,
less
nice.
screen time. You feel good.
Nice.
I was talking to one of my clients this morning, Boris. Oh, so just want to give Boris a shout out. He got hit by a car last week.
Oh,
Yeah.
Is it okay?
He's good. He was in hospital. He's really lucky. Like,
Yeah.
could have died, but literally nothing.
What happened?
Where was he?
He was going through an intersection on his e-bike,
Yeah.
Oh.
and the car on the outside didn't indicate that it was turning right, and it just went into him.
Oh.
And they drove off and everything.
What?
Yeah, but he's sweet. He's just got a few grazes and whatnot. And
Is there any footage? Are they going to catch him?
no, they found another bystander saw the guy drive off, so he followed them, and
Oh,
wow.
wow.
yeah,
Yeah.
so he got really lucky. But he was telling me today, because I was asking the kids, I was like, what do you like, with screen time and whatnot? I'm like, does it actually make you feel? To us, it makes us feel gross because we haven't always experienced that. But the kids, they've been brought up like that. And Boris is 14. He even says, yeah, we got introduced to social media way too early. And he even said, while he's been, trying to recover, his screen time has been at 10 hours and 49 minutes a day. And I was like, bro, how do you feel? How does that make you feel? And he goes, it makes you feel like gloomy. And I'm like, damn. Yeah, so it's nice not having to be so interactive or whatever.
Yeah, nice.
We've done the opposite. We never used to watch shows at night, but we're going through How I Met Your Mother. So we're watching that
It's
every
different when you've got a show to watch. We'll just sit there and scroll and be like, what do we watch? And we'll scroll for an hour and we're like, this is a waste of time.
Yeah.
night. I don't think it's a bad thing though. Like we spend a dedicated bit of time just hanging out before that.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
for me, I never have I don't really give myself much downtime, and it's been good to just actually use the couch
And
and
you,
the TV.
you really like it, don't you? You're always laughing at it.
Yeah, it's pretty funny.
What did I tell you? Best show ever.
I watched the first season. I'm like, yeah, I'll tough it out, and it's just, yeah, I'm into it now.
How good.
Because you've gotten to know the characters.
Yeah.
Who's your favourite character?
Marshall.
Marshall or Barney?
Marshall. Yeah. Marshall's hilarious. So's Barney.
Yeah. All right. Quotes.
Ooh.
What do you got?
You go first, because
Meg, you go.
Oh, no, I lost it. Hang on.
I'll go. The greatest thing about tomorrow is I will be better than I am today.
Amazing.
From Tiger Woods.
Tiger Woods.
Is that true? Did he actually say that?
Google says he said it.
Mine is.
I really like Tiger Woods.
Ooh. Mine is you learn more when you do more.
Nice.
Nice.
The excuses you make today become the regrets you will have tomorrow.
Very true. Mine is the meaning of life is just to be alive. It is so plain and so obvious and so simple. And yet everybody rushes around in a great panic as if it were necessary to achieve something beyond themselves. That's Alan Watts,
Ah, yes. Old A-Dub.
my favourite philosopher.
Wait, do you know who Alan Watts is?
Nah.
Oh, well,
He's
let's
the goat
after,
of philosophy.
after the podcast, let's talk about Alan Watts and mushrooms.
Yeah. Bro, I'm like, we've been doing this history game. I'm low-key really dumb, eh?
No, you're not. You know,
No, you're not.
We've been,
What are you talking about?
Playing this history game. Fuck, I'm dumb.
You are not.
It's,
Can we just bring up for a
He's-
second, pause on that, how actually shockingly quite good at trivia Daniel was?
yes.
Yeah.
Like the thing that surprised me the most about that night is how good he was at the people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He seemed to know a lot of people. I thought Bridget would know the most people because just virtue of experience, life experience. But Daniel knew heaps.
James knew a lot of geography.
He's very good at geography.
Smoked the geography.
Yeah.
Did I?
Meg, you're really good at explaining.
You reckon?
Yeah, definitely.
I think I just talk fast and just say anything I can.
Yeah, it's
Rochelle was
good.
great company.
Everyone did good.
It's funny seeing Rochelle get stressed out there because I'm like, man, that was like tame for like competition, Rochelle.
Yeah, I think that was the thing with Rochelle. It was not that she didn't know stuff. It's that shit under the pump.
Yeah. It
gets
is
a bit
stressful
flustered.
though, that game.
Super stressful.
Yeah.
It's fun though.
What game? What's
So
the name of
good.
the game again?
Articulate.
Yeah.
Articulate. Next time we got to play code names.
Yeah.
Yeah. Definitely.
I'll get that eventually.
All right. I've got a few topics here.
But
Are we
yeah.
getting to the topics?
Moral of the story: you're not dumb.
Yeah, you're not.
It is what it is.
Oh, while I'm thinking of it, you remember, because I just thought of it when I was thinking of philosophers and people that I look up to. You know that Brian Cox thing that I was going to go to in
Yeah.
2023. It's available to watch on ABC now if you want to watch it.
Oh,
it's
nice.
him with the Sydney Symphony Orchestra.
Yeah, well, the other thing is the competition was live streamed. So if you want to watch that back, you can also go on YouTube and live stream that. Because you chose what was more important.
I did.
No, that's cool.
Yeah.
Well, at least you won't get to fully miss out. Surely he'll come back and do it again bigger and better.
He'll have to.
Hope
Let-
so.
Let
He's
us know
getting
when
more
so
and
we
more
can-
popular since he's been on Joe Rogan twice now.
Yeah.
I feel like he's just going to keep getting bigger.
Uncle Joe. Wait, are you a fan of Joe Rogan?
As a person or the podcast?
Both.
I like the podcast.
I kind of have to say yes.
Mm-hmm.
I think I disagree with a lot of the things that he says, and I also sometimes get annoyed listening to the podcast when he sort of like
Talks
dominates
over.
the question, puts his own opinion, but like the impact that he's had through that,
Yeah.
and like I guess the bringing of people who normally, like, we've grown up without that kind of media, and we wouldn't care about the voice of someone like Elon Musk, but giving them humanity and relatability through his podcast, and then getting you more involved, or like Brian Cox or Neil deGrasse Tyson. I think it gets everyone invested in other topics that you wouldn't have normally just found organically,
Absolutely.
which I really love.
Speaking of Elon Musk, did you guys see what he did?
What do you do now?
A Nazi salute at Trump's inauguration.
Like a legit one.
It's everywhere at the moment. I think it just happened yesterday or
Oh, wow.
whatever.
Yeah, crazy.
He did it twice.
A proper one?
Well, I think so. I'm not going to imitate it, but he like put his hand on his chest and then did the salute.
Are you sure he wasn't doing the Arnold Schwarzenegger?
I don't know, but it looks pretty
bodybuilding
bad.
pose.
So just jump on and have a look.
Yeah,
See what you
interesting.
guys think.
Oh, dear
yeah.
Do you know what I think Joe Rogan's done really positively? He's like there's that demographic of bros that are just stoners, like useless stoners.
Yeah.
He's motivated them all to like train and
Yeah.
do more shit than just be a stoner.
Yeah.
Do you reckon?
Yeah,
I think he's-
absolutely.
Yeah.
I think he has an enormously positive message.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
think the whole world's just kind of clouded by like political genders and wokeism and left and right, that they ignore a lot of his messaging.
Yeah.
And that's what I mean. Like, I can disagree with some of his opinions on things, but I think his underlying message, which is largely like focus on your health, focus on contributing to society, don't be a piece of shit, is great.
100%. I think as well though, is it because we're getting older and we understand politics a little bit more? Has he dived deeper into?
I don't understand politics.
Well, neither do I, but I feel like his message is getting more and more like
Political.
yeah.
Does he get vulnerable? Like, does he talk about himself?
Yeah.
He does?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why I like him. He's so related. Like, he'll be like, fuck, I ate like a piece of shit last night. And like, man, this guy's normal.
Yeah, there's a big thing about how he opened up about his dad, and then his dad tried to like make a statement. Yeah.
Oh.
But he does so many podcasts. Like, no, I'd say most people don't listen to all of them. Like, I don't listen to any of the fighting ones. I don't listen to any of the comedian ones. I really only listen to scientists and maybe the odd like actor or something like that. So you miss a lot of that stuff. But yeah, I definitely think he talks a lot more about politics, but it's also because I think there's a lot of like bullshit in American politics, and he's probably just trying to.
Especially right now.
It's entertainment.
Topic
eh?
of conversation for everyone at the moment.
Yeah, US politics is so.
Yeah, it's almost like the WWE of politics.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's almost like this weird choreographed, crazy.
It's like a reality TV show.
Well,
Yeah.
it's pretty sad that the whole world knows more about American politics.
Than their own.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah, I don't know shit about Australian politics.
Do we
Neither
have
do
an
I.
election, a federal election coming up
don't know.
this year?
I don't know who the Prime Minister is.
I think
Neither.
it's still Albanese. I don't know.
Is that a man or a woman?
It's a man.
Okay.
Interesting.
What does he do?
Not much.
Minister stuff
much.
in his prime.
Anyway, welcome back to the Zero Political Podcast.
Yeah. All right. I got a few topics today. Tom, you wanna do the first one that you said you wanted to do, or you wanna?
Yeah, I think so.
All right.
I think it's an easy one.
Yeah.
What is it?
occur. Let me find it.
So things to focus on for your lifting in 2025.
Yeah, how to become a better lifter in 2025.
Yeah, and that was in vain of like it's New Year. We're talking about New Year stuff.
Yeah.
A lot of people, even like, I'm not into New Year's resolutions or the difference between December 31 and January 1, but it's pretty hard not to just feel like, okay, this is a reset button. It's kind of like a diet starts on Monday thing, and it's like, okay, New Year, what can we leave in 2024 and really hone into in 2025 in terms of us being better as lifters? And I mean that you, collectively, the audience.
I know what everyone's thinking. Everyone's going to say sleep, nutrition, but let's talk about things with a little bit more of a deeper context. If
a bit more specificity.
Yeah.
Well, I'll kick it off, seeing it was my topic. I think, and this is not in order of importance, but the first thing that comes to mind for me is intensity. So it's powerlifting. It's still a plague where people just don't train very hard. Like, we're automatically taught that, okay, well, you don't want to max out or go to failure on squat, bench, deadlift. And that's true. When you're trying to get stronger at something, you don't want to max out or fail. But it's still meant to be hard. Like, a squat to 2 RIR is hard as fuck. If you're walking away from every set being like, yeah, I feel pretty good, it's like, you're just not training that hard. Push the intensity harder and push it even harder in accessories. Like, it's annoying to watch people, do 5 sets of bench press and then go just like jump on the machine, text for half an hour, do a half-ass set, text for half an hour, do another half-ass set, do some like fair weather arms and then walk home. Like, train hard. If you want to get better and you want to push further, train hard.
Can I use somebody as an example? Like,
Yes.
in a good way? So I look at someone like Josh Honke, who I've been coaching for, I don't know now, a little while.
Year or two?
Yeah, but look how he is like, you ask him an accessory and he knows what his best is on that. Every single accessory. And it kind of shows, like, look how jacked he is.
I was going to say, he's literally half my weight. If I looked like him but double his weight, imagine how huge I am.
But he's such a good example of someone who, he tracks everything, all his accessories. He knows what he knows what his best, like, sets are. Like, I've only done this for a set of 5, I've only done this for a set of 6. By the end of this block, I want to try hit this. And it's really impressive. And it's really, as his coach, it's so cool to see because, man, this is the blueprint to getting stronger. And we all know it too. But he's just doing it and, the intensity's just there.
I think the lifting world is generally missing a bit of the toxic lifter mindset, like the equivalent of toxic masculinity. You know, we came into lifting 20 years ago without education. And so the education these days is good. It's like train hard, leave 1 or 2 reps in reserve. 1 or 2 reps in reserve is actually really hard, push really hard. But because no one ever says just go to failure and figure it out, your 2 reps in reserve is probably like 6 reps in reserve. And you end up doing this like half-ass training. We didn't get that.
No.
Like, most of us just started training and we're just like, okay, well, if I train and I want to get bigger, I need to train harder. So I need to push more and I just need to go fucking ballistic. And you just try to constantly push the envelope and you learn what hard training feels like.
Bro, when we were younger, we're going to like negative 10 RIR. Someone would be holding the bar while you're trying to do another 10. Do you know what I mean? It's like, I literally failed 10 reps ago and I'm still going.
Yeah, legit. But I mean, like, that's what we were told to do. That's what's in like the Arnold Encyclopedia of Modern Bodybuilding. It's like, go beyond failure, push those extra reps.
I only started counting the reps when it started hurting.
Yeah.
Can you remember those ones? Like,
Absolutely.
I only start counting when it hurts.
Yeah.
Well, my back hurts. So I keep going.
And don't get me wrong. I overall think that was a dumb way to train. It's not good. Like, I'm not saying we need to go back to that.
I bet it was fun though.
But there's a certain element of grit and understanding and experience that comes from that. That's quite hard to teach.
Well, it's like when we see like a really big, strong jack dude come into powerlifting late in their, training journey. It's like they've already got huge amounts of muscles. They're already really strong. Now we just need to teach them the skill and understanding of squat, bench, deadlift.
Yeah.
And it's like they already made awesome results, not from good programming, just from fucking grit and hard work. And like you said, I think a lot of powerlifters could do with that. Because, this is just me speaking honestly, I've actually, some junior athletes, I've almost, it almost went the other way. It was almost counterproductive, me teaching them RPE so early on. Because, then they never took anything to failure. Like, nah, this is how you're meant
Start
to train.
overthinking every
And I'm
set.
like, damn, look what I've done with this kid. Now he doesn't do anything more than RPE 7. He doesn't know how to push something to failure because he hasn't gone through that, that early phase of training as fucking hard as he can. Because as soon as he stepped foot in the gym, it was with me. So, yeah, I think it can be a little bit, counterproductive sometimes.
You guys ever get that like false failure? I get it especially with like arms or like leg extensions or leg curls or whatever, where you go to do a rep and you fail and you're like, I'm at failure. And you're like, no, I'm not. Just fucking wake up and push harder. And then you do a few more reps. You're like, there's actually a lot of really cool science behind where your capacity for things is and where your brain tells you to stop. So something as simple as thirst. When you feel thirst, you're nowhere near being dehydrated. Like you've got ages before you're like dangerously dehydrated, but your body's like, oh, here's a little warning signal. Here's like a little engine light coming on to be like, start thinking about this thing. And it's the same with training. Like your brain will say, okay, it's getting hard. It's time to stop way before your body actually gives up. Like you'd see this in endurance and running and like how soon when you start training for, or if you're running for a marathon or a 30K or whatever, like, is there a point in there where your brain's just like, you don't have to do this.
Yeah.
You can stop here. It's like the art of being able to say, yeah, I can, but I can also keep going.
Yeah, you see all those top-end marathon runners that, they still all say the same thing. They start blowing up at 32 kilometers. They've still got another, 40 minutes of running to go at top-end speeds. But it's like, they just got to keep pushing through. That's
such a scary statement. Still got 40 minutes to go.
Yeah.
Like if you're like, hey, Tom, bro, go run for 40 minutes. Like I'm in a dream. But yeah, that's my first thing is just train harder. And you know what? I'm not going to get into the whole frequency debate, but think about that for a second. Like what truly makes you bigger or stronger? If you wanted to get bigger biceps, you wouldn't go to the gym 5 times a week and do like a really easy set of biceps. You'd train biceps hard and you probably do it once or twice a week. Same thing applies with squat, bench, deadlift. Forget skill. The skill argument doesn't work. It's never going to work. You don't have to bench 5 times a week to get better at bench. So if you're doing like extra sessions for squat, bench, deadlift and they're not hard, what are they actually doing? Probably nothing. Save your energy and do accessories and push them harder. More accessories, higher intensity. It's like the cheat code for getting better at lifting.
That's it.
What do you guys reckon? Meg, what do you reckon for focus on in 2025?
I have a thing, but just to be devil's advocate for what you just said, I reckon a lot of people just feel like if they can build their work capacity and bench 5 times a week, they'll be more confident. It's a false sense of confidence, but that's probably why people do it.
Yeah. The problem is it's powerlifting, not feelings lifting.
Yeah, but you're not going to sell someone to stop doing that by bullying them into stopping doing it.
Want to bet?
I was going to say, I've done that with heaps of clients.
No.
Yeah.
I do understand.
Do you say you heard me? Meg heard me on a call on Friday.
It was brutal. I was like, okay, yeah, whatever works.
That's a long-term client and someone I consider a friend. So he's good with that kind of language.
Approach.
Yeah.
But yes, no, I totally hear what you're saying.
What I think, how do I articulate this? That this is the year of doing the little things that maybe we tend to ignore because we're all like years and years deep into our training. So I think we're like on autopilot for the most part and we do what works for us. But then there's sometimes just like little voices that pop up that remind you there are some things you could do better, but you might be, well, I know I avoid. So the other day, Lilley said on Instagram something like, if you're struggling to feel motivated to train, just get a training buddy and they'll make you train hard. And I had this visceral reaction, like training with someone else would be awful.
No, I couldn't do it.
Just like training without headphones. But those are actually things that I've always wanted to be able to do so that my performance on a comp day would be a little bit less of like a dramatic contrast to my training days. So I was like, oh, that reaction means I should probably think about it.
Yeah.
Just, I guess addressing things that you deep down want to work on, but you just avoid because it's not as important as other stuff. That's it for me.
That's good. The 1%ers.
Sort of.
Yeah. I'm considering when Asher moves here to be like, hey, do you want to train with me sometimes?
Okay.
Slightly scared.
Does he train very hard, does he?
I don't know. I just assume so.
He looks like
a guy that trains like an animal.
You know how he kind of barks when he does squats?
Yeah.
The other day I walked in and he was barking through overhead tricep extension. I was like...
He's so nice too.
But he was like, doing it. And I was like, oh, shit.
He is such a friendly guy. I did not expect it.
Where is he from?
He lives in Shepparton, which is like country Victoria.
Shepparton.
But
I've heard of
he's
Shepparton.
moving here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Did he used
Pretty
to train
soon.
at Zero? How does he know Zero?
I coach him.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
He did a couple of, nationals?
Yeah, I started coaching him after nationals last year.
Amazing.
So he's been with us for just over 6 months.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's moving here. That's awesome.
Him and his partner.
Yeah. What do you reckon,
wow.
Bridget? What's the first thing that comes into your mind in terms
Well,
of...
James said that everybody's going to say this, but it's for a reason, like sleep.
Yeah,
That's the big one for me,
to it.
and that's the one that I struggle with the most. And I feel like if I can get on top of my sleep schedule, it'll give me a better morning schedule. It'll give me a better training schedule. I'll just...
Give you a better quality of life.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And it's so important. Like sleep is the big one. And so many people come in and they wear it like a badge of honor when they say, oh, I only got 5 hours sleep last night, but yeah, I'm going to train anyway. Like, you'll train better if you sleep better.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I need to start working on that. I am working on that. It's just hard. It's really hard.
It's performance in all areas of life as well. It's like the other thing, and this is like, I guess, lateral to lifting. I'm thinking more from a business perspective at the moment than a lot of people think. A lot of people will say, oh, I'm putting in 12-hour days. I never believe anyone who says they're putting in more than like 6 to 8 hours. Because being at work at your job for 12 hours doesn't mean you're working for 12 hours.
No.
Yeah.
Like if you do 6 hours straight of like actual work, it's exhausting.
Yeah, show me your screen time.
Like
honestly, the facts.
Exactly. It's proper hard work. And like pushing that out then to 10 hours or 12 hours is like legit proper hard work. And so when people are like, oh, I'm putting in 16-hour days, you're not. You're just awake and doing stuff for 16-hour days with lots of little breaks in between. And if you just prioritize sleep so you had more capacity to sit and focus on a task for an hour, you'd probably get triple to the work done. So it'd be a third of the time.
It's like I'll piggyback off Bridget's one, just me trying to fix my sleep. It's actually impossible for me. Some nights it's impossible for me to get 8 hours sleep. That sounds like a fucking cop out, but it's not. If I finish jiu-jitsu at 8:30 or 8 o'clock, I get home at 9 o'clock. I then have dinner and then get ready for bed. And I start work at 6 a.m. most days. So it's like I can't, but I'm gonna do the best I can.
Yeah.
So what I'm doing to try get the best I can, best sleep quality I can, is I'm like reducing. I have fuck all caffeine after 12 p.m. So just little things like that I wouldn't do beforehand, because now it's like more of a priority. I got a Whoop band. I don't really care too much for them. I think it's cool. It's fun. It's just another little metric I can have fun with. And seeing my sleep, I'm not too sure if you can see it on a CPAP as well.
Yeah.
Like, I'm aware of it now. Like, I know I sleep like shit, and I'm not going to let it fucking ruin my day. I'm not going to get 5.5 hours sleep and be like, oh, looks like my day's...
It does put things into perspective a bit for you.
Yeah, but it does make me realize and be like, okay, if I only got this much sleep now, it makes me more conscious about what I'm going to do the next night. I'm going to try to, get to bed a little bit earlier.
But that's the most important message, though. We're not trying to say you have to... Because the reality is some people have lives where they can't sleep 8 hours a night. It's just, can you prioritize your life in such a way that you can put sleep a little bit higher on that and potentially get a little bit more?
Yeah.
If you're juggling work and kids and preparing and training and all the rest of it, yeah, of course, 8 hours of sleep is going to be tough. The message is like sleep is really important if you care about your performance and should be a priority.
Yeah, 100%. And I think of little things like that as well. Like, let's say on the weekends, it's, I have the opportunity to go to bed earlier on a Friday night and get up later. But what's important to me is still getting up early and going to the beach and taking my dog there. So in that scenario, like, sleep isn't the priority for me. At least I'm aware of it. I need to do better.
Meg's only seen 2 breaks in character of my sleep. Do you remember what they are?
the Ancient Show Part 1.
Yeah.
And then probably the Ancient Show Part 2.
No. Ancient Apocalypse, the first time, I couldn't stop watching it. So I was just like, no, I'm not.
Ancient Apocalypse.
Yeah.
What's that?
Graham Hancock.
It put me to sleep.
Yeah.
Is it a TV show or a movie?
Yeah,
It's on
It's on
Netflix.
Netflix.
Yeah.
I've read all of his books. He's like got alternative theories about where our knowledge has come from. It's fantastic.
Yeah.
Fascinating and true.
Ancient Apocalypse.
Next, if you ever talk to John Hellier, ask him about his Stonehenge experience. It was the best day of my life and the worst day of his life.
Really?
And the other time was the other night where I said it's probably going to be raining in the morning, so I want to watch another episode.
Was that the only time?
Yeah.
Because it was a weekday. Is that what you mean?
Yeah.
Mm.
Plus all the times I said, oh, good night, and then I kept playing PlayStation. No, I'm just kidding.
Do you wanna, wait, speaking of sleep, do you guys want to hear how much sleep I got last night?
Yes.
Desperately.
5 hours and 35 minutes.
That's
Nice.
like not the whole time you are asleep, but they're including when you're awake as well, or whatever.
So it's got my 8. I was awake for 31 minutes. I slept light for 4 hours and 59 minutes.
Okay.
I was in deep sleep for 19 minutes, and I was in REM sleep for 17.
That's probably way better than it was 2 years ago.
Way better.
So it's on a steady improve.
I reckon 2 years ago I was getting a max 28 hours sleep a week.
You probably need a CPAP at your current weight, though. Like, you probably
Yeah.
have apnea to some degree.
Yeah, it's when I sleep on my back, fucking.
Your chest is way bigger than it was 2 years
Oh
ago.
man,
Mr. 140 plus.
hope so.
Mine was 7:38. I got 7 hours 38 last night. But that's 7:38 of CPAP time. So there's like falling asleep time, getting up and going to the bathroom and putting it on and falling asleep again.
That's all you got?
Yeah, I know it was a low night. Yeah, I was thinking when James was like, I never let it dictate my day. I 100% do. I'd turn it off and look at it and be like, yep, today's shit. 7 hours 30 night. Everyone's getting a grumpy Thomas today.
See, because I've been doing this thing with we've been talking about getting up early, and we've been saying that even if you're tired, just still on the weekends, just still get up
yeah.
as early as you can.
Weekends.
Because
100%.
when you're up at the beach looking at the sun, you know, I feel like that
It's
beats it.
invigorating. It's like a reset when you go for a swim, I think.
I've got a little bit of that, like, really lame ass do hard things mentality.
Yeah, he's the opposite. I have to get him to sit down. Like, come, let's just have a little snooze for 5 minutes on a Sunday. And he's like, I should be doing something right now.
And it's not, it's a little bit toxic, but it's not completely toxic.
No,
I like the attitude of like, most people wouldn't be willing to do this.
100%. My old house, if I got up at fucking 5:30 a.m. on the weekend, I'd be up.
The late guy.
That's mid morning for my old house
true.
mates. Bridget would come over at fucking 7 p.m. and everyone would be in
In
bed.
bed.
That's a dream.
It was so good. But what else can we do to enhance your training, make you a better lifter in 2025?
Would you say if someone's a bit more new to lifting, powerlifting, that if they had a certain amount of money to spend across 12 months, it might be better to say invest in is it bi-monthly? What's every 2 months?
Fort monthly.
Yeah, I was going to say that.
Four monthly face-to-face session and kind of like do programming yourself rather than just getting a program and not having someone assess your technique if you're newer to it. Because I think face-to-face stuff is invaluable for someone who's new.
Yeah, I think face-to-face is invaluable for people that are really experienced as well.
Yeah?
So someone like Lem, who I've been coaching, I don't know, 3 years, almost, 3, 4, I don't know. We just met up today. We're like, all right, bro, let's do some squats for an hour. That's why I actually had 3 of them that I was working with at the same time. But, you know, and that fixed everything. The troubles that we've been running into, we fixed in a face-to-face session.
Okay.
So I think that's invaluable for someone that's as experienced as Lem as well. Yeah.
Why do you think so? Why do you think then get them to do their own programming? Or are you saying if they've only got one option?
Yeah, I'm
out of
trying to
those
put
two?
myself in the shoes of someone who's like, I want to invest time and money into this health journey of mine, but the newer you are, there's, I guess, less like buy-in, and you have to kind of cultivate a true value for something like coaching. A lot of people see it as like a luxury. A lot of people see it as a necessity. So in the beginning, when maybe there's less time and money to spend in it, like what would you prioritize?
I agree. I 100% agree. I think it's important that the coach also buys into that, as in like, if they're coming to see you every 2 months, that you're giving them value, that it's not an hour of chatting with 10 minutes of coaching in there, but an hour of coaching. So in between sets, you're asking them, oh, so tell me about your program. Oh, no, you could do this, and this is the reason why, and this is why we're doing this and that, and this is what I suggest you do, rather than just like, yeah, twist your quads away. Anyway, how's your weekend?
Anything
Don't
else?
talk at once.
All right. What do you need to do to make your training better in 2025?
More of more core stuff,
Mm-hmm.
more of my rehabby things.
Why is it going to make your training better?
I don't want to be held back by niggles.
Yeah, nice.
What else is going to make me a better lifter? Compete a little bit sooner. I can't think of anything else. What about you guys?
Mine's just to have a better routine, a better training routine. Like I train in the morning every day, but sometimes I'll be in at 9, sometimes I'm in at 9:30. I just want to give myself adequate time to do everything.
Yep.
Mine's, I'm trying to adopt a competitor mindset this year instead of like, because I only lift for me. I don't care about competing against other people. But I think if I really want to push to what I'm capable of, I need to think like a competitor. So I'm just kind of unleashing the dog in me a little bit more. That's why I seem a bit funny when I'm doing my top sets out there. I'm just really trying to like just... I've always gone into just like, oh yeah, if you're not feeling it, if your hips hurt, whatever, just it's okay, bail out. I'm like, no, they're not going to hurt. You're going to do fine. You're going to push this fucking hard and just getting after it at the moment. So... hopefully I can maintain that kind of intensity all the way through.
Mindset.
You definitely
Good
are
one.
doing it.
Grind set.
You're sticking to your reps and sets.
Yeah, very nice.
What about you?
Mine is just my nutrition. I just need I got too many leaks. Well, I had too many leaks. Like I said, it's all good and well. Tom, bro, you'd be the same. It's all good and well eating well 90% of the day, but it's that last 10% that really fucks me up really bad. And, you know, that last 10% is what ruins my morning the next day. Might ruin the quality of my training, the quality of my sleep. And then it's just got a compounding effect where it fucks up everything. So, yeah, just, you know, and it's all like, I still want to be able to have, you know, cake and all the desserts and whatnot. But I just need to, you know, be satisfied with a smaller amount and not have it so frequently. And it's already, I just feel better already.
You've been doing really good. This time it just feels different. You feel locked in.
Like I'm not even it sounds silly, I don't know, maybe other people can relate, but there was no way I'd be able to watch like some food stuff on YouTube if I was eating the way I am at the moment. But this time I'm like, oh, this is sweet. Like
Like Heather's amazing. When she's in prep and she's cutting, she watches like do you guys know Eric the Electric?
No.
yeah.
He does like food challenges, and it's like a 25,000 calorie a day challenge, and he'll just eat all fast food, and she loves it. She lives vicariously through other people when she can't eat.
Heather's got this thing though. It's similar to what my friend John. John always said, "What do you mean? Like if he says he's going to do something, he's offended that he wouldn't do anything else." Do you know what I mean? If I say I'm going to do it,
why would I say I'm going to do it if I'm not going to do it?
Yeah, that's what he says. Why the hell would I say I'm going to do it if I wasn't going to do it? It's like, fuck, I need to adopt that mindset. Like the amount of times I said I'm going to do a cut. Do you know what I mean? It's like, if I said that to you, Tom, bro, you just be like, yeah, whatever.
You should try doing a cut in our house.
I think our house is the exact same. But yeah, so like, yeah, just being I don't know.
Your cut's going well.
Yeah, that's because I've got an iron will.
Yeah, but being like, you know what I mean? Being a man of your word. If I said to you, Tom, bro, I'm doing a cut, and then if I said to you in 12 weeks' time, if I'm doing a cut for 12 weeks, and let's say 12 weeks rolls around, you wouldn't be like, oh, I thought you were meant to be doing a cut. It's just kind of like, oh, he tried kind of thing. But some people, when they say something, there's one of those people, when she says something, that's it.
She does it.
She doesn't need
She's
to
like,
be.
why wouldn't I do it?
Yeah, she doesn't need to be reminded of it, or.
That's why I'm a big believer in like don't speak these things into existence. If I'm dialed in on something, I prefer to keep it in.
Yeah.
Like I let things slip in these sort of circumstances, but most of the time, if I want something, pretty much no one knows about it.
Yeah, that's good.
Just my tight circle,
Nice.
Buddy and Meg.
What about
Not
Jerry?
Jerry.
All right.
All right, we better dial in the quiz. We're going to run out of time.
We have a quiz?
Nice.
Yeah.
Who did the quiz?
Oh, fuck. I didn't save
I thought we didn't have a quiz.
James
But what-
wrote quiz on the list.
Yeah, I know.
Oh,
I
did
didn't
you?
save it. I didn't save it.
That's
Hold on.
okay because I have to go.
Yeah, it's 11:30.
Yeah.
I can check if your client is downstairs.
Oh, yes, please.
Well, she's not going to be.
Do we have a quiz?
I don't. She can't get in anyway. The door's closed.
Oh. Should I go look at the window?
Would she message you?
She, I think so. Yeah. Hang on. I'll just say message me when you're here.
All right, let's go.
Quiz?
I got 10 questions right here.
Is Ken in the 90s or 100s? Real quick.
90s.
All right, you guys ready?
And Daniel says, make sure to bring it up on the podcast that the Soda Stream ain't it.
Bullshit.
Really?
What doesn't he like about it?
Oh.
I quit APL.
I'm telling you.
He's got a... You know how I was saying the other day about Love Potion 31?
Yeah.
They went and got it and he chucked it out.
Oh.
He didn't even finish the scoop.
Daniel's a dickhead. This fucking... Oh,
But
my goodness.
I think take everything he says with a grain of salt. I think the Soda Stream looks really good.
It is really good. I don't even drink soft drink, and I think it's yummy.
I love it, dude.
We buy soft drink every week. I feel like we should get one.
A Soda Stream is a game changer.
What different flavors can you get? Like a large variety of syrups and
Yeah.
stuff. Yeah.
You can just use any syrup.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
Okay.
What is the
Quiz time.
largest country in the world by land area?
Russia.
Africa.
Russia, Africa?
Russia.
Russia.
You said Russia?
Yeah.
Yeah. 1-0 Bridget. What is the chemical symbol for water?
H2O.
H2O.
Was that Meg?
I think it was Meg.
Yeah. Tomo tried to say it with that tone, like you know when you say it with like a certain tone to try and make it sound like you got it first. This is H2O. H2O.
Obviously.
Who was the first president of the United States?
George
Abraham-
Washington.
Did you say Abraham Lincoln?
Oh.
Bridget. Who is the artist behind the best-selling album of all time?
The best-selling album
Michael
of all
Jackson.
time.
That's correct. Can you name the answer?
Thriller.
The album. Correct.
Wow.
Triple
I
points.
love Michael Jackson.
Why?
Because it's my podcast.
How,
Sorry, our podcast.
when it's convenient, eh?
Is everybody on one point?
when it's inconvenient, it's James's podcast.
Bro, it's your podcast. No, it's not.
You wanted this.
How many players are on the field for each team in a soccer match?
11.
Correct.
Whoa, how'd you know that?
'Cause I'm a sports guy.
Who wrote Romeo and Juliet?
Shakespeare.
Megumi.
William Shakespeare.
Bill.
Wait, here's a side question. How many words did Shakespeare invent?
Words did he invent?
Yeah.
I think it was 13 or 14.
1,700.
Oh.
Choice words include bedroom.
Really?
He made that.
Yep. Anyway, keep going.
Wow.
What a guy.
He's incredible.
I still don't talk properly. The bloke invented 1,700 words. What is the fastest land animal?
Cheetah.
I'm going to say, who was that, CJ?
Oh, that was even.
All right, you guys can have a point each.
Nice.
Nice.
Jinx. Oh. Looks like you're out. Sis.
What planet is known as the red planet?
Mars.
I think that was Tom, bro.
It was.
Yeah.
Fuck.
What are you on, Tom, bro?
I don't know. Probably the most.
I'm on 3.
I think Thomas is on 4.
Yeah.
3, 4. What are you on, Megumi?
2.
Food. Oh, no, wait. The Marvel Cinematic Universe, what is the name of Thor's hammer?
Oh.
Excelsior. I don't know.
No.
Isn't it just Thor's hammer?
Nah. It's got a name.
What's it start with?
M.
Maverick.
Nah.
Is it an obvious answer?
Mason.
Nah.
What is it?
Michelangelo.
No one's got it. Mjolnir.
Oh.
How do I say it? Mjolnir.
Oh, that's what it was.
All right. What is the main ingredient in guacamole?
Avocados.
I almost said guacamole.
All right. The score, that's 10 questions, but I want 5 more.
What are we?
I'm 3. I think
4,
you're 3 as well.
3, 4, 3 or 3, 5, 3?
3, 4, 3.
Yeah, because we had to skip one of them.
All right. Ready, guys?
Yep.
What does www stand for in the website browser?
Well,
World Wide Web.
Who was that?
Meg.
Meg. What is square root of 64?
8.
Meg with the comeback.
Whoa.
Who was known as the king of rock and roll?
Elvis Presley.
Tom, bro, what are you doing? One more question. Sorry, I'm typing.
Are you on 5, Meg?
I think I'm on 6.
Oh, nice.
What is the...
Are you typing the question?
Yes, I'm asking
Oh.
someone.
Someone, ChatGPT.
What are the 3 most spoken languages on Earth?
Mandarin, English, and
Spanish.
Spanish is number 1.
You got to say all 3 of them.
Mandarin, English, Spanish.
Nope.
Mandarin, Spanish, and Hindu.
Yes. Well, okay. The 3 most spoken languages in the world by total numbers of speakers, including native and non-native, are England, Mandarin, and Hindi. If you're focusing only on native speakers, the order would be slightly different. Mandarin, Spanish, and English. Shout out ChatGPT.
Wait, I got that wrong then. I didn't say English.
Yeah.
Oh.
All right, next question.
4th language. Yeah, what's the 4th language?
Oh. Arabic?
Yeah.
What the fuck? The 4th most spoken language in the world is Spanish when considering total speakers.
What's the 4th most spoken native language?
4th most. What about native language? Hindi. Mandarin, Spanish, English, Hindi.
Interesting.
Very interesting.
5th most spoken. All right, that's enough.
All right.
Okay.
Thank you.
Bye.
60,000 downloads, by the way. That's so good.
Nice. Thank you.
Thank you so much for listening to the Zero Podcast. If you want more information, head to our Instagram, _weakness. Hit the link in the bio for all of our services and any information on upcoming workshops and events. Don't forget to leave us a 5-star review so we can have a broader reach and answer more people's questions. Thank you once more.